Well, I mean, just really proud of our guys. I mean, they're going against a highly experienced, very, very tough-minded team that is very motivated. And so, they put us in a big bind in the second half. Was really proud of the way our guys hung in, kept fighting, stayed the course, kept their emotions in check. And then a couple of plays at the end. I mean, the Siakam chase down block, the Nembhard shot. There's just a lot of things to be proud of. But it's only one game. And so we're going to have to circle the wagons very quickly and get ready for Sunday afternoon.
I guess I'll just start with Drew. Obviously, he just missed a couple of those, and he had a layup early that. But I mean, just how big of a shot at that in that moment when the game's breaking down.
He's one of our toughest guys, mentally and physically, and he's really gained a love for these types of moments and playing in this kind of stage, this kind of level of competition. So, the fact that we kept going back and getting the ball and getting the ball and getting the ball was the thing. And the clock was down, and sometimes in those situations it frees you up even more. And he just laced it.
Rick, what went into the decision to play Neesmith on Brunson as opposed to Andrew?
Well, I mean, we saw in the Milwaukee series that, every game is different. Every game is going to have different things going on. We can't give New York just a recipe of the same thing over and over again. They're going to adjust. Brunson's too great a player. So, the idea was just change the matchup, get a little more size. And Aaron did as good a job, I think, as you can possibly do. It's just, Brunson's so good. I mean, he's the best scorer in the playoffs, I believe. And so, and we had good, timely help tonight too. So, so that helped. And look, game 4 could look completely different.
Rick, many questions for you and Ty about Tyrese after game 1. To have the last 2 games be as excellent for him as they have been, what to you keyed his turnaround in this series?
He adapts quickly. For a first timer in the playoffs, he's had to do some pretty significant adjusting in both series. Sometimes it's, you can score, but there's a need to get other guys involved. Sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes he knows we need his scoring. So he got banged up tonight. The hope is he's going to be okay for Sunday. I think it's going to be hard to keep him out of the game. But his aggression was very important in this game. And look, whether he's scoring a lot of points or not, his aggression is going to be important in every game in this series.
Speaking about his other stuff, his passing, he has the kick-ahead pass there to Pascal with about a minute and a half left. Just the trust that he shows in Pascal in that moment to kick it ahead and give you guys that bucket. Yeah,
it was one of the things that we saw in him the first night he played here back in January of 22. He has a natural confidence in the guys that are on the floor with him. And the way he delivers the ball, brings confidence to the players he's playing with. So, look, Pascal, he's been here before. He's been in games like this. He didn't have his best game, but he made some huge plays that were extremely important. His job at the free throw line tonight was key. The chase down block, there were a lot of timely plays. So, we'll circle the wagons and get ready for Sunday.
Which they started big, but maybe played one big more than they played two. Did you have a message to your guys to attack the offensive glass, or do you think that they just saw the opportunities down the stretch there?
Each game's going to look different. I just, there could be some significant optical adjustments in the next game, at the very beginning. But at this time of the year, and as you get 4 games into a series, I mean, the number of surprises decreases, and it's about will and guts, and they played with a lot of will and a lot of guts tonight, but our guys did too.
Speaking about will and guts, what about Aaron's temperament allows him?
I don't even think that microphone's on.
Speaking to his will and guts, just his temperament, what allows him to,
Who?
Aaron Neesmith, to handle tough defense times? He had Chris Middleton in that last series. He's got Brunson tonight. Just to handle the fact that you got to be physical, and yeah, they might make some shots, but I got to keep bringing it all night long.
Look, in the NBA playoffs, especially when you get to the conference semifinals and you're in the second round, each game you're going to have a job to do, and tonight the challenge for him at the beginning was to do his best on Jalen Brunson, and he did some good things, and we stayed with that for a significant portion of the game. Sunday we'll see what Sunday brings.
Miles, obviously another guy that didn't have a great game too. Game 3, obviously a lot more productive on offense. 10 rebounds. Seemed like I think he also had another chase down.
He had a very productive game because he rebounded the ball. He made timely shots. He made a really important pass late that led to a basket that I think gave us the lead at one point. We just got to be careful about getting all hung up on points. It's just not. There's so many defining plays in a playoff game that have nothing to do with scoring. I mean, there have already been more than a handful of loose ball plays, that have defined each of the 3 games. So, look, the last game, our starters had a rough one and our bench played great. Tonight it was the other way around. Whatever happens, you got to wipe it clean, and the next game is a completely new palette, and you've just got to get ready to compete when that time comes.